Hello everyone. So you are tuning into our 13-inch miniature evergreen take-home kit. So for this kit you get 7 plants total. You get 3 ground covers or sempervivums, and you can choose them, or we can choose them for you. And then you get 4 evergreens or broadleaf. So here I've got a cypress, a boxwood, this looks like a little spruce, and another little cypress. So I tried to make it really colorful. I added in some red, there's golds, there's greens, there's blues. So if you are designing your own, contrast is nice, and use your pot too as a feature. So the blue and the red are really gonna stand out. So I figured out my layout already. Got lots of variety, got the trailers and the lower ones kind of separated, the boxwood for the middle. So I'm just gonna start by taking these out of the pot and lining them up in the same order that they're going to be planted. I'm gonna take the tag out. This is a minus time, so it's a low growing time. It will flower. I have got a Gray Friars sempervivum, so it's a red sempervivum with little red hairs. And then we've also got, this one is called Pyrenaichum. So there's so many, there's hundreds of varieties, if not thousands. It's hard to keep track of them all. So I'm going to start by planting the boxwood. There's a few weeds in here, so I'm just going to take those out. I'm going to turn the pot on its side, give it a squeeze. This one's got a bit of a massive root, so I'm just going to loosen that up a bit. And I've got about maybe an inch and a half of soil away from the top of the rim. I have a feeling with all these plants I'm going to be taking some out, but we'll see. When we plant, we want to make sure that the plant is about a ½ inch below the upper rim, so we have room to put in our rock and a little bit of room for the soil level to come up a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this little evergreen and kind of just plant in a circle. And some of these trees have different shapes depending on how you turn them, so just when you put it in, just put it in at whatever pleasing angle you like, whatever you find most aesthetically pleasing. Okay, that guy's in. Now we're doing the sempervivum. Squeeze that out. So some of these do like more water than others, so when I water, I'm just gonna water the evergreens a little more heavily than the sempervivums. Sempervivums will tolerate a certain amount of extra water, but I'm just not gonna try to give them too much. Okay, that guy's in. Then we've got our cypress tree. This guy's taller. Dig a little hole. Soil level's coming up already. So as you can see, I've already got too much soil, so I'm just going to grab a little bit out here. Okay. I'm going to do the next sempervivum, the one with green and red tips. The root ball's kind of crumbly here. Put it near the edge. There we go. Okay. Take out a little more soil. And we've got another little cypress. A lot of these plants are hardy as well, so they won't winter necessarily in the container outside because the container would crack, but if you had a larger container, they probably would. Or you can even just unplant them and put them in your compost or somewhere where they're a little more protected. Okay, so this is a pretty tight fit. I'm just gonna move everything over again. Adjustments may happen. Got one more to go in, the thyme. So it's already creeping a little more on this edge, so that's the edge I'm going to place at the edge of the pot. Okay, lovely. Okay, so we've got all our plants in. Quite happy with how that looks. Super low maintenance, does not get any more low maintenance than this. And you will be able to enjoy it well into October, November. So I'm gonna keep it simple with just some black rock. Sorry again for that noise. you just kind of have to guide this rock in handful by handful. And you'll get your choice of rock, the black, tan, or green. And your choice of pot colors, there's the blue, the black, there's also a brown or like a minty green as well. Okay, so that's all planted up. So once that's done, I'm gonna give it in a bit of a watering. Taking off any soil or dust that went on the side of the pot. And voila, we are done. Here is your miniature evergreen garden. It's a beauty.